Hello everyone, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Ultimate General Civil War for part mid-50s, I've lost count, of my Union Let's Play series, looking at the Grand Campaign from the Union side. In this video, we're returning to the Battle of Spotsylvania Courthouse, specifically the Battle of the Mule Shoe, where we're attacking the Confederate salient here and losing quite heavy casualties, but so far we've driven through the front positions of the Confederates, and we're attempting to drive them back into the objective point. This is one of those late war battles where you know you're going to lose heavy casualties. All you can really hope to do is try and end it as quick as possible so you lose as few men as possible. It's also one of those battles where your force is so large and the front at which you're fighting is so narrow, it's really hard to effectively fight your forces. With that being said, guys, this is from a live stream from a couple of weeks ago, and I am going to go ahead and turn it back over to myself from that live stream, so we'll go ahead and rely on the commentary from there. We're already joining this fight mid-battle, and we've had quite a bit of success thus far, but we're kind of coming to the what do you call it, the climax or the decisive moment in the fight, so we'll go ahead and drop back off. We'll allow the commentary to pick back up, and I'll meet you guys back at the end. Hope you guys enjoy, and let me know your thoughts below. Keep pressing up, boys. Johnson's pushed back. All right. Let's expand this front here. Stark is wounded. We've still got a whole bunch of troops back here that are still moving into position. Sherman, I guess he got pushed back. Lynch. Nelson hasn't even been engaged. Baylor hasn't been engaged. Beale hasn't been engaged. Caldwell's coming up. The Black Hats are a really expensive brigade, so I'm kind of okay with them not being in this nightmare of a fight. Witcher, we've got troops in his rear. Everybody in Vaughn's brigade's dying. Why can't I command the Springfields? Oh, alt. I don't really want you guys to charge, I just want you to shoot through your lines from the guys who are charging. There's another defensive work back here in front of the objective, just great. More earthworks. Perfect, it feels like Battery Wagner. Oh, Irish Brigade, don't get flanked and die. Yep, they're doing just that, getting flanked and dying. Alright, so some of these enemy units are melting away, that's very good. God damn. Trying to probably push too many men through too narrow a spot. Cedric, don't die. Trying to find troops that can still charge effectively. My goal needs to be to occupy these guys with melee so they can't shoot volley after volley into us, but they've also got troops in their own rear, so... Good God. I feel really bad for my soldiers right now. Alright. Oh my God. And there's also some troops of ours that are barely engaged. The repeaters haven't even been used, which I suppose is okay. Oh, they're charging from way too far away. I didn't mean to issue them orders to charge that way. Move forwards! Come up, boys, come up! To your posts! Let no man say you did not do your duty today. Alright. We're coming so close. This feels almost like Pickett's charge. Like, you're right there. You're so close and yet you're so far. Generals, get up here and inspire your troops. Okay. Well, they're driven from that fence line, or at least some of them are. This is a good way to get our army destroyed, though, too. Alright. We just got a handful of unentrenched brigades to deal with. To our front, anyway. Goddamn artillery on our flank. Alright. So, overall, we're closing in on the objective. I don't know what's left of my force, though. It's really hard to keep track of who's doing what here. We still have an hour left. Kind of feels like we've used a bit of our momentum up. Irish Brigade up. We've secured the Mule Shoe! Now we need to hold it for 20 minutes. God, I want to break through Anderson there too, because he does have troops. Oh god. At least those canister shots were wasted on a skirmisher unit. All of our artillery is pretty much wasted back here, but we can start moving it forward now, if they're even going to get there in time. Anyway, oh god. My average was 2,000, guys. No, I think they're averaging a bit better than 1,200, that's for sure. I've got only a couple of brigades that are down that low. Alright. Another general wounded. Trying to reoccupy that earthwork? Screw them. Who's got enough energy to charge them? Alright. Oh god, Irish, get out of there. I don't want you losing your whole brigade. Black Hats are actually doing relatively well. They've inflicted 3 to 1. Iron Brigade haven't even fired a shot yet, which is funny because they've got repeaters. Alright, so we just need to hang on for another 20 minutes. I don't think we're really in that much danger at this point. Knock on wood, of course. I think the bulk of the Confederate strength is out. Some of these guys, they lost 900 men for only 100 kills. They had Enfields too, for fuck's sake. Alright. Alright. I may end up having to replace someone in the Iron Brigade. Give me time, guys. I can still get them slaughtered. See? They've lost 2 casualties now. They're in the fight, but they're repeating rifles. And they're quickly making use of them. You can see just how quickly they're firing their volleys off. Just watch this. That's some beautiful stuff. 65 to 5. We'll see how quickly they can chew up this enemy artillery. Hopefully without losing too much in the way of casualties. Lost a handful. They're up to 12. I know I'm really just watching them right now. I'm just kind of curious to see how these repeaters do. Ah, casualties. Oh shit. Run away! Oh god, that was dumb. Show their backside. I didn't want to end in melee. I don't want them there! Get troops in front of them! It was so pretty when no one was shooting at them. Alright, we'll see what we took. I've still got a lot of really strong brigades here, guys. But the battle should be up. This should be a victory, right? Less than 40% of our army. So let's see what we lost. 18,000 men? Oh no! I didn't think I lost that many. 18,000 casualties. The enemy lost 5,000 less. Yikes. So units, this is the first time I've ever seen the Confederates have top units here. Spencer carbines, we rescued a few of our own. Spencers, we rescued a handful of our own. Captured 18 enemy ordnance rifles, that'll be nice. We didn't really capture much, just some Texas Tylers which we can sell off. So that's more than we get back. We have 5,000 in reserve. We also, remember, we lost 18,000 casualties, but with our perks, we get back 20% of that. So we actually get back 3,600. So 18,000, 3,600, about 14,000, and I think we got 15,000 more. So we about broke even that battle. My concern is going to be the money aspect. Being able to fund those replacements, I think, is the bigger concern. Training, I guess we'll go there. It'll give us a bit of a discount if we need any veterans. Not enough of a discount, but a bit of a discount. And you can see here we are now, the next battle is Cold Harbor. Now, at least the one positive here is because we won all three of these battles, the rebels will have a 15% smaller force. So I don't know what the intel says, but that's, you know, if they have 50,000 men, that's 15,000 fewer, assuming it's 5,000 from the base, that they'll be weaker. Breaker of Chains, Butcher of the North, Destroyers of Divisions, the historical gamer. That may be accurate, folks. That may be accurate. Oh boy. And I can only imagine how just disastrous Cold Harbor is going to be. Oh boy. Alright, so we didn't lose. Oh, we lost a commander of the Iron Brigade, but if we only have 74 Spencers we can replace casualties with. We can actually replace those casualties for free, because we don't have any guns in the shop. I don't really care. 74 troops isn't going to drop our quality that much. I guess we'll kind of balance rookie versus veteran here for some of these units, but at the end of the day, these guys are going to be relatively cheap to replace, because most of our guards division really didn't fight. But even there, like 180 casualties. Whatever, 10,000. Again, the hit here is minimal. Shane is a bit of a tougher loss, but he's also not a great unit in the first place, so use a good deal of rookies on him. Everyone preserves their, well, most people preserve their 3-star status. We'll need to buy a whole bunch of new generals, though, to replace all these casualties. And I don't think I've got a lot of, doesn't look like I've got a lot of generals in stockpile. Most of them they're all colonels. Which kind of sucks. Alright.
Yes, sir.
Basically, I'm just going to try and keep, if you're a 2-star unit, I'm going to try and keep you a 2-star unit. If you're a 3-star unit, likewise, same for 1-stars. And if it's not impacting you otherwise, you get rookies. Where are the heavy artillery brigades? We need those. Those useless, you know, massive regiments that were around Washington that came in to help replace Grant's casualties heading after the Overland Campaign. Alright. Okay. This brigade was all... Oh, no, it wasn't. Alright. These guys are rooks. So I'm not really bothering with leader replacements quite yet. 4th Division was all 2,500 man brigades. Baylor didn't even fight. Damn coward. Alright, Bass, you need a colonel.
Sir, yes, sir.
We've got multiple lieutenant generals, by the way, now. We've got Lieutenant General Billy Lynch. We've got Lieutenant General Joseph Hooker. We've got a bunch of lieutenant generals. Second, this corps is the one that lost the bulk of our troops here. Let's place him with a colonel, put this major general in charge of this division. I probably should actually replace the lieutenant generals commanding brigades, huh?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Sir, yes, sir.
Spending a whole bunch of money replacing these guys with colonels and blah blah blah. Alright. Almost done replacing our officers. All of our good officers are dead or wounded. We go to the barracks, we can see just how many officers are wounded. Look at all those major generals wounded. Whoever said generals sit in the back. Alright. Let's see. So first corps is done. Still have $94,000. We haven't sold any of the weapons we captured. We actually captured some Texas Tylers, which they might be decent weapons. Now that we've got a whole bunch of them, we might want to look at using maybe 2,000 of them. We didn't lose any artillery pieces in that battle, so we've got a whole bunch that we just captured as well of some 18-pound ordnance rifles. Let's go ahead and sell off the 6 Napoleons we got. We'll keep 10 in reserve to replace losses. We'll go ahead and sell off 4 of the ordnance. We might use the 24 to form a new battery here in the 3rd Corps, depending where our manpower is at shortly. Gives us back over to 100,000 troops. Just look at how much experience these guys lose just by, you know, rookie replacements because they lost so many casualties. In some of these units, we don't even have a lot of weapons in the stockpile for them, so we're going to have to spend a whole bunch just buying new guns. Okay. Surprised we still have so many, or we still have the availability of Lorenzes in the shop. Honestly, I didn't think there were that many that I didn't think they were still being produced by this point in the war. I know they're Austrian imports, but all right. Let's give these guys Texas Tylers. Make it cheaper than spending 500 on 1855s. Alright. And then that gives these guys some weapons they can draw from. Let's make him a full brigade. There's really no reason not to, other than it gives the lieutenant colonel a bit of a penalty for having a unit that large. Oh, we don't have enough MNJs to equip this guy. Damn. We'll have to think about that. All right.
yes, sir!
First division's done, second division's done, third division's not quite done. We'll still have several thousand in reserve, for what that's worth. We can probably put those into the third corps. I hate the fact that I still have units using 1842s, but in all honesty, they might not be bad weapons to have at this point in the war. They're cheap, and at this point in the war, so much of the fighting you need to do is just kind of charge up front, take casualties as you kind of break through entrenchments. And the 1842 is better at melee than the other rifled weapons, so... Shit, these guys gotta, like, all be veterans. We don't have money for that. We don't have money for that shit. Damn. Armory. Sorry, 10-pounders. You don't get a new battery. And frankly, we don't need 10 guns in every one of these for reserves. 5 is more than sufficient based on what we've been losing, especially the way these fights are unfolding. So, we'll do that. Just spent most of that money we just raised. Alright, and... I don't know what I want to do with you. Do I give you crappy guns? Do I buy you crappy guns? Do we buy you decent guns? We don't have money for that. What about using some reputation to give you some good guns? Let's do that. 1861s. Go ahead and give you 2,000. $1861s. Equipped. Alright, so we've got 1,000 left of those. Don't we have one other brigade that has those? How much would that cost? Ugh. Be a big hit on your effectiveness. You know what? Let's do it. I think bringing you down a bit will be worth it. And the second corps that has those guns, that's who... I don't even remember where I put those Ectors. Give you that too. Alright, so we just put 3,000 1861s into the field by using a little bit of reputation. We've still got 5,800 recruits left. We don't have much in the way of money. Both those two corps are now fully rebuilt. 41,000, 41,000. So if we were to just go into Cold Harbor with just those two corps, just to see, we went into that last battle with, what, like 88,000 men, I think it was? So if we were to do that again, we'd have 87,000. We're like 1,000 shy. We've got the third corps, which is small, which is about 9,000 men. So we got 96,000 men in the battle. Up to that many. We've also got 5,800 more troops we can call up. So kind of messed around with some crappy officers in some of these units. A major there at least. You're getting a penalty, but infantry brigade. What weapons do we have in the stockpile? We can do a smaller M&J brigade. It won't be a full-sized one, but it'll be reasonable. Good strength, just a little bit less than full strength. Lieutenant Colonel. Yo! Alright, so we've now got that full 1st Division. 2nd Division. We can raise 2 brigades. We don't have a lot of money to do it, though. We'll have to sell some stuff. Let's see here. 1855s. I'll keep those. Keep most of those guns in stock. Let's sell some of those Texas Tylers. We always get a whole bunch of those back anyway. Skirmishers. We can sell those Hunters. We don't need those. Cavalry. We don't need the sawed-offs. I mean, I've got some Remingtons. I don't really have much cavalry. This might have been a good battle to have some of that. Do I have any cavalry, actually? Any at all, or did it all die? I think it all died. Great. Okay, so first and second are full. We're going to consolidate your artillery battery here. We're going to put a crappy general. No, you got to have at least a brigadier in charge there. You have a major in reserve. So these guys are all getting efficiency penalties because they're majors in charge of very large artillery batteries. Infantry brigade. What do we have? And we need to sell a little bit more. Alright, so we should be able to raise a full brigade on 1842s now. Really? No? Oh, not 2,500, just 2,000. Okay. With a major in charge, nonetheless. And I guess we'll probably just keep the additional troops we have in reserve, unless we want to just, you know, use it for some other weapons that we've got a little bit in stock. So like Bass's division, we could go with some rookies. We could go with 312 of them. Because we have that in stock. So 312. Because that's the number of those Springfields we have in stock. What else do we have? Got some Harper's Ferries in stock. 200 of them. That. Any other guns that we have in stock here? Some Texas Tylers, but I think I already built that brigade. That was in the 2nd Corps, right? Yeah, these guys. They'd all have to be veterans, which I don't think we've got money for. Sell something. The Spencer carbines could be useful. Put those 43 troops there. It's what brigade again? 2nd Corps, Heinz's brigade? Yeah, alright, so let's see. They've got 331. I guess we could sell. We don't have any cavalry. We're probably not going to use any cavalry in this fight. I guess we just sell off those Colts. And give Heinz's troops 331. Alright. Could we afford to build them all the way out? No. Yeah. Alright, so we're about 1,000 men shy of our max. The 1st Corps, 41, almost 10. I'd like a better officer. We can do that. Alright. Lieutenant Colonel there. So that 3rd Corps is really weak. Let's see here. So that now gives us a total of 101,000 soldiers now, guys. Oh, I don't know why. Oh, yeah. We can have 101,000 soldiers on the field, so... not an insignificant. This is the largest our army would have been so far as we go into the Battle of Cold Harbor. But with that being said, guys, that's going to do it for this video. We've fought and we've won the Battle of Spotsylvania Courthouse. Before that, we won the Battle of the Wilderness, and we are driving toward Richmond. We're on to the Battle of Cold Harbor, but that will be for another time. In our next video, we'll look at the Battle of Cold Harbor and see if we're able to do better than the North did historically. That was historically a bloodbath of epic proportions. Hopefully we do a little bit better. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below as always, and until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.